Hey there, my name's Josh from ptstartupsecrets.com, and in today's video I want to discuss why enemies are bad for business. So, if you work in a commercial gym, for example a low-cost gym like Pure Gym, the Gym Group, or anything similar, you're likely to be working in a gym with thousands and thousands of members. So let's say maybe about 5,000 members, something around that figure. So, in all of those members and all of those people that you're going to see every day, there are going to be a couple of people that you might have a bit of friction with, that you might not get on with. And you know what? It might not even be members. It might be your colleagues. It might be other trainers, management, someone in the gym that you don't quite align with, and for some reason or another, you just don't get along with. Now, enemies are really, really bad for business. And the main reason they are bad is because they put you in a negative state of mind. Unless you have the mental ability to completely block them out of your consciousness, where they have zero effects on your mindset, on your mental state at the time, then fantastic. But, if, for whatever reason, that person has even the slightest, that person's presence causes you the slightest decline in your mindset or your mood, you need to address that issue like off the bat as soon as you can, because it's not good for business. Think of an example. So you're having lunch in the staff room, or you're on the gym floor and that person walks past you. For a split second, you might when you clock eyes with that person, if it's not anything but positive, it might slightly affect your mood potentially. And this is not good, because it's, if you have a bigger, that's a small issue, but let's say you have a bigger problem, maybe you might even have words or have an argument, this might affect your day, this might affect your mindset for business for the rest of the day. So even when you're on the gym floor, your attitude is not one of excitement, being bubbly, being happy. All of a sudden you might be a bit frustrated, you might come across a bit moody, and it's likewise if you have problems at home and you bring that into the gym. That's going to be really bad for business, because you need to have that positive mindset 24/7 in order to attract clients and make the best decisions moment by moment and hour by hour, essentially. So if there's someone you've had an agreement with, I would say you want to take the approach, you want to be the big person, and essentially, if you can apologize, I would say apologize. Obviously it's a case by case basis, but if there's, if you can, you can even apologize for having, the misunderstanding or for whatever reason. And this will do wonders, because, number one, you will free yourself of any resentment and that power that person might have over you. And essentially, once you've done what you've done, you're free to concentrate on what really matters, which is the business. Yeah. Now, a lot of you might be hearing this and feel like, that's terrible advice. I'm never going to apologize. And, I'm too stubborn for that. I've got my pride. But, that's just my piece of advice, because essentially business is the most important thing. If we're thinking about the bottom line and we're thinking about, getting more clients to, make more money, to improve your quality of life, then, that's the most important thing. Not the argument or not what he said or she said. So, and I had to do this personally. Late last year, there was someone I had a problem with, and, and they had a problem with me. And you know what? I just said, I'm sorry if, you felt, if I made you feel this way about this and that. And yeah, it was, from that, it was fine. Like, that person was no longer a problem, and I had more energy, mental energy, to focus on business, because you need to really laser focus your energy on business and getting yourself from point A to point B to where you need to be. And yeah, essentially you want to be as straight up as possible. If someone has got a problem with you, or you've got a problem with someone, I'd say just address the issue off the bat. Just try and settle your differences, and just, get it, over and done with. If that's a conversation you need to have, because essentially you don't want that lingering negative energy around the gym, because the gym is one of those places where I don't think there's any place like it where you're going to keep seeing the same faces time and time again. Like, you know, for example, my gym, there's been people going to the same location for well over 10 years through different gym brands and different gym companies and franchises. They've been coming, that's part of their routine. They've lived in the same area, they've worked in the same job, and you just keep seeing them day in, day out. And I can't think of any other similar situation like that. Maybe a coffee shop or church or something similar. But, you know, this is like, you know, people are coming there on a daily basis. So if you have a problem with someone, that's not going to go away. You're going to keep seeing them and seeing them. I mean, I had an argument with someone 3 years ago, and I still see him in the gym to this day. Luckily, they come so infrequently that it's not a thing. But it's just crazy that you need to be careful. And you just never know, you know, if you plan to stay in the same gym for years, you know, you might be seeing that same person for years. So take that into consideration. And yes, so the main thing is, you know, if you are having a situation that's persisting, and, you know, the problem's not being resolved, then you just have to, you know, isolate that from affecting the rest of your mindset, if that makes sense. So if you have a problem with someone, you cannot let that, you know, seep into your mindset to affect any other part of your business, because, you know, essentially, you know, your business is dealing with people, and you need to show your best self to deal with people. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to do the job properly. It's going to be really hard to provide the best service you can. So that's just a bit of food for thought. Enemies are terrible for business. You know, try and be friendly with everyone as much. Like, even if you're not friends with everyone, at least be civil with everyone. You know, the last thing you want is conflict in your gym and emotions and negative vibes. You just want positivity. You know, you're in a positive role. You're here to uplift your clients. You know, if you can be friends with your colleagues and other trainers and be friendly, you know, I'd say that's the best policy any day over, you know, there being a kind of dog eat dog attitude and resentment and anger. It's not the best way for business, and I'd avoid it at all costs. So a bit of a different video today, just my thoughts, thought I'd share with you. If you like this video, you know, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment as well. I read all the comments and I respond. Subscribe as well. Join my free Facebook group, you know, for daily advice, straight to Facebook. And yeah, catch you on the next one.